Are you kidding me? I'm with plenty of health to spare. What on earth is there to say about Dr. Mario? Hello and welcome to WedNESday. Today we'll be looking at that 1987 classic that pulled Squaresoft from the brink of death. The game that spawned an empire. This is an amazing game. This is an expansive game. This is a game that should not be played by anyone in 2017. So we get some exposition. There are 4 heroes of light and they need to defeat the darkness. Well, I guess that's good as reason as any. So the cool thing with this is that there are 6 classes and you get to decide what your team is going to consist of. Alright, we're gonna need a tough dude, so let's go with the fighter. And oh, what's a tough name? How about Alan? Yeah, that's pretty tough. Oh, and I love the Black Mage's design, so I'll grab him. And what's a good name? How about Aria? Yeah, that works. Oh, and we're gonna need a healer too. Let's go with something that means good, like hope or faith. Oh, I know. How about Grace? Yeah, that works. And finally, a good name for the jack of all trades. I don't know. I'm all out of creativity. Let's just leave his name as name. A fine name, if I do say so myself. So we start here, and I see a castle. So I approach, and I meet the king. Save the princess! Whoa, an early video game asking me to save a princess? Well, I'm all for creative quests, so let's do it. After that, I head to the nearby village called
Corneria, 4th planet of the Lilat system. The evil Andros.
In this town, I find the inn and shops. I start out by buying the Black Mage's spell, because what's a magic man without any magic? And I buy everyone some weapons and armor. Then I head out and we run into our first random encounter. Okay, so Black Mage can only fire 2 shots. Fighter and Red Mage miss their attacks. And the White Mage is a complete wimp. And the time it takes for
Each enemy to attack is an eon.
Okay, when I first played this, I literally gagged at how ludicrously outdated it is. But I fought through the gag reflex and played for a little longer. Yes, so I fought the impulse to snap the mini NES in half, and I continued to play the game. And we found the boss kidnapper dude, and he killed us. I need to grind, don't I? So we did that, and I grinded to level 2. Then we went to the boss and died. So I went and reloaded my file and continued to grind. While I headed up to the guy's castle, inside I found a cap. And when I placed it on my ally's head, I realized you need to equip stuff. Yeah, when I bought the items and gave them to my people, they didn't put it on. Alright, so here's some chainmail. Alright, and I also got you this sword. Alright, now I need you to go and attack that ogre. What are you doing? Use your sword! I can't do that. You didn't tell me to wear them. So I try this again, only this time I give everyone their weapons and armor, and then they are awesome! Everyone attacks with unique sprites, and we get to level 3. Then we head up to the boss man and absolutely wipe the floor with him. We find the princess, and then she teleports us back to the castle. What? You can teleport? Well, then why'd you need the Heroes of Light to come get you? You could have just warped out of there and you're wasting my time. Well, as a recompense for our mighty deeds, the king commissions a bridge to be built in our honor. So we cross it and continue the story. I find a cave with a blind old hag who has brooms and needs a crystal to see. Then we left and leveled up, and this is huge pain, by the way. All of your people need the same amount of EXP to level up, and so they all level up at the same time. And here's the thing. If you thought attacking and being attacked took a long time, leveling up is even more of a pain. Whoa, I gained stats while leveling up? Well, you better tell me about every one of them for a couple seconds each. I will, however, forgive this hiccup, because the victory song is so glorious. After that, I found a port city. Hello, my good man. Help! Yeah, good to see you too, creep. Well, he actually did have a good reason to be freaking out.
Pirates.
9 whole enemies that die in one shot. After the battle, with his crew slain, he gives me his boat. But before setting sails on the high seas, I go ahead and purchase some spells and gear first. Gotta go! Dreamin'! Running into Sahags! Dreamin'! Killing the Sahags! Dreamin'! Don't give it up! Give it up! Yo ho ho! We went to the Elf Kingdom! Once again, I'm met by another creep. Save our prince! Is that just how you greet people? So yeah, apparently what's happened is that some warlock cast a spell on the prince, so he fell into a deep dark sleep and can't wake up without an herb. You know, count your blessings, dude. I know some constitutional countries that would be happy if their leader fell into a deep dark sleep. And after that, I trained for 2.5 hours. Now, I just want to stress this point because it takes less than 2 seconds to say that. But it was a long time. 2.5 hours. I could have painted my nails in that time. I could have done a jigsaw. I could have watched the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. But no, I had my nose to the grindstone the whole time. But in that time, I did find a city of dwarves. Or maybe gnomes? They look like gnomes to me. I named this one Keemstar. And I took their money. And then I grinded my way up to a castle and met a king who had his crown stolen. I said I'd get it back for him, but first I gotta say, what is he the king of? There is no one who lives in this castle. Well, there are a few bats. Kiki! So then I go into the dungeon and I gotta say, I hate the dungeons. They take a long time to get through and they just chip away at your health and spells. But after a while, I ran away. I revived my people, but on my second delve, I ran into the wizards. So we killed them and we retrieved the crown. So we returned to the Lone King to get a reward for retrieving his crown from the dastardly wizards, and he attacks us! What the heck, dude? I got this for you! Heck, I didn't even need a reward. I mean, the king only built us a stupid bridge, and that was after saving his daughter. What are you doing, dude? After the battle began, he rubbed Arya to death. That's weird. And then he got rid of Alan's intelligence.
You could have tried that attack on me, but it wouldn't have worked. 'Cause you can't get rid of things that don't exist.
Well, everyone but the dead Arya killed the dude and he dropped a crystal. Wait a minute, that's what the crazy old witch needed! The crystal! So I go and I sail the ocean. And then I track down the lady and she gives me an herb. Oh, that's what the elf guy needed! So I go and I sail the ocean and give the herb to the prince and he gives me a key. And this key opens up everything. It opens the elf's royal armory, so I raided it. And the traitorous king had the falchion. And I gave it to the red mage. I was also able to use the key to steal the TNT from Corneria. And if I remember correctly, the dwarves had a locked door. Oh, they did. And to finish it all off, I gave this dwarf the TNT from Corneria. And he uses it to blow a hole open to the next area. Now, I don't say this very often, but thank you, Keemstar! With the area cleared, I go to the next town, and it was recently attacked by a vampire who destroyed the item shop and the clinic. But he didn't destroy the weapon shop, so I get everyone some new stuff and start looking for the vampire. But while that was happening, Alan got poisoned, and the inns don't fix poisonings. So I had to sail the ocean and buy an antidote from the very first town. After that, we delved into the cave. We fought the Earth herself and won, but Name got killed, so we had to drag his mangled corpse out of the cave across the plains, and since the city's clinic is out of commission, we also had to sail the ocean just to revive him. But then we went back into the cave, and I just want to point out that this took over an hour to delve through the place. But at last we found the vampire. Well, I mean, Grace was dead at this point, but whatever, we took him down in 2 turns. After that, we got the ruby, but we still needed to backtrack out. But it didn't take an hour. I mean, it probably should have, but I ran into these birds, and they got the whole Medusa thing going on. And even though they only did 1 damage, they petrified Arya and Alan, my dude with 300 HP and armor that makes it so physical attacks only do 1 damage. Dead, instantly. I can't unpetrify him because I don't think they sold those items yet. So now, Ning needs to haul out a white mage corpse, 2 statuesque fighters out of the dungeon, and he is not Alan. He takes damage when fighting. He cannot make it across the plains. Heck, when he gets jumped by 4 wizards in the cave, he can't even take them out. And guess what? There is no save points. I just lost my last hour of gameplay.
Okay, so back in 1987, I might have thought to myself,
Oh, that's a bit unfortunate, but I'm gonna get at least another hour of gameplay out of this game. I sure am getting my money's worth. But dang it, it is 2017. That is unfair. That is ludicrous. That is stupid. And I'm already 13 hours into this game, and from the looks of the walkthrough, I'm only 33% into it. So you know what? I am done. I had a little bit of fun. The Nobu Uematsu music is pretty jamming, but let's wrap this up. So that's Final Fantasy. I can see why it's the legend that it is today, but honestly, if I'm gonna spend time playing an RPG, I want to play one that's snappy, one that's quick, one that's fun, and there are so many games that Square has made that are worth playing. But honestly, I'll make you a deal. When I finally review Final Fantasy X, my third favorite game of all time, I'll give it a fair shake. But honestly, Final Fantasy I should probably stay in the previous century. But join me next Wednesday, because I'll be taking a look at Galaga.